What's up, guys? It's darksaiyan here, and you know what time it is. It's time for another X-Men 97 episode reaction. Woo! Now, this episode had me on the edge of my seat. I'm probably going to be as animated as I was when I was reacting to the episode 5. But nah, this episode started out a bit slow, but where it got to, I was loving it. And sadly, Muji is not going to be here today. He has to take care of real life issues. So I'm here for you, don't worry. I'm not that dad that went to get milk. But anyway, before we get into it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And now, here is our X-Men episode 8 reaction. Alright, so the episode begins, and the first thing I notice isn't even something in the main episode. It's something during the intro, and it's Magneto on Asteroid M. Now, for those of you who don't know, Asteroid M was basically supposed to be some new Genosha where Magneto met the acolytes, and he started, basically Asteroid M was basically the new Genosha for mutants. And I did a video on it. It's going to be up here somewhere, I don't know, but like, you guys can check it out. I covered the full story of Asteroid M, and it was really awesome to see that. And also, we now go on to Jean trying to play Mother Superior and patch things up between Scott and Cable. But here's the thing though, Cable already told you, you're not my mom. Why are you doing this? I'll tell you why Jean is doing this. Jean is trying to get back into Scott's pants. And I hope Scott does not fall for her witchcraft, because that redhead has plans. The world is in danger and she's thinking of securing, stuff. But anyway, moving on, Cable goes on to reveal that Bastion brings about this evolutionary war, and he upgrades humans, and they basically rule over mutants. In the future, after 300 years, mutants become slaves and are working as slaves for humans. He even says that Professor Xavier's dream comes to pass, but not the way he thinks, because mutants become the backbone while humanity is the ruling class. Some very, very dark shit. And also, I noticed that Beast mentions the Karmatage. Now, for those of you who don't know, well, a lot of us know, but just for those who don't know, the Karmatage is where Doctor Strange goes to meet the Ancient One and trains to get his powers of the mystical arts. It was very, very nice to hear. So Beast mentions them as they talk about time, because Cable talks about how he has come back and tried to fix the Genosha tragedy, but for some weird reason keeps getting pulled out. And he has seen it so many times. Cable is basically X-Men's Eren Yeager at this point. He's seen it so much, he's tired of it. He just wants to go and kill Bastion. So that is his mission. So yeah. So also, they now reveal that Bastion released the footage of proof that Professor Xavier has been alive and that he has been living in the Shire Empire. And then the humans now spin it like, oh, Professor Xavier is going to come and take over with his new alien empire. And they're just bringing all sorts of things. Like, it's very, very irritating for the mutants to deal with, because like Bastion, the X-Men realized that Bastion has been spying on them. That's how he got that footage. So like, it's actually annoying, but they decide to go and check. They decide to go and check on Bastion's main Sentinel base. That's Cable, Scott, and Jean. And then there's a scene with Jean, Scott, and Rogue where Jean is trying to heal Rogue, but I don't care. I hate Jean. She's boring. Blah, 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 blah. Moving on. So Cable, Scott, and Jean go to hunt down Bastion, and then it's revealed that Dr. Cooper, this treacherous swine, was aware of things that happened in Genosha. Like, she was aware. She likes to say, oh, I didn't know it was going to happen like that. But you knew. If not, why would you be alive? Why are you not in chains? Why are you dressed like Bastion? Huh? And for those of you who don't understand why I'm so pissed, if you go back to episode 1, you will see it where Dr. Cooper says that Charles Xavier was a close friend of hers, and then she turns around and betrays his pupils like this, and betrays mutant kind like this. What's the actual fuck? And then she goes on and then she's telling Magneto, I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Curse me. Say something. Bitch, fuck you. You have assisted in genocide. There's no forgiveness for you here. Anyway, like, this thing just pissed me off. Like, what the fuck? Why would you do something so terrible? I come to say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Fuck you, you knew. You were just willfully ignorant because it benefited you at the time. Fuck out of here, Joe. Alright, so Cable, Scott, and Jean find Bastion's home. And after meeting his mom, Jean does her psychic magic tricks or whatever, and then she sees Bastion's past, she sees him as a child, and how he came to be. And it turns out that Muji's theory from the other episode was right. Bastion is indeed Nimrod. He is a Sentinel that has evolved from Master Mode to Nimrod to being the first Sentinel that has been born and made flesh. So yeah, Muji was right about that. So it also turns out that Bastion and Sinister also had the support of some villains from the Marvel Universe. Villains like Dr. Doom, Baron Zemo, and some other lady whose face wasn't revealed. I don't know, like maybe she's not a villain, but you know, like it turns out that they actually had proper support. And Bastion goes ahead to tell Dr. Cooper that Genosha wasn't genocide, it was time management. And I'm like, what the fuck? That is some of the most retarded Twitter incel shit to say. Like, bro thought he was spitting. What the fuck do you mean? Oh, Genosha wasn't genocide, it was just time management. You know, we are trying to get ahead of the curve. We're trying to prevent the asteroid from coming to destroy us. Like, we're trying to keep humanity on top. Fuck you. You are a robot. Shut the fuck up. Like, what the hell are you saying? Like, and clearly, by the looks of Dr. Cooper's face, she's not buying his bullshit, because what the fuck, dude? Thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people dead, and you're like, oh, that was time management. He also shows her that he's been turning humans into the new Sentinels, and that's super fucked up, because he's just like, he's trying to help humanity stay on top. So that's why he's doing that. And it's actually pretty messed up, but you know, whatever, she get. Bastion's an evil son of the bitch. So we go back to Bastion's home, and after his mom reveals some creepy picture he drew when he was a kid about the Tri-Sentinel and Sentinels destroying everything, she turns into a new Sentinel. And I'm just like, what the fuck? This dude actually turned his mom into a Sentinel. Now that's fucked up, honestly speaking. And then everyone is just turning into Sentinels. And Beast, after recalibrating Cerebro, he realizes that there is a whole lot of new Sentinels around. Like, Bastion has been working overtime. You know what they say, the devil works fast, but I think Bastion works faster, because what the fuck? Like, the amount of people that were turning into mutants. Fucking Roberto's butler is a mutant. I'm like, how did he even get that dude? Dude barely had screen time, and he turned it into a Sentinel. Even Beast reporter girlfriend turns into a Sentinel. And by the way, I agree with Logan. Beast needs better taste in women. And from here, it's basically an all-out fight between the X-Men and the new Sentinels. As Bastion went crazy with this project, he absolutely lost it. And it's like, you know where Oprah Winfrey was like, you get a car. Bastion just came, you become a Sentinel. You're all gonna be Sentinels. I'm like, but not gonna lie, Logan is him. He's still him. He went crazy on those Sentinels, man. Like, he fought them off from the skies, he fought them to the ground. Bro was just going berserk. Like, he was taking them. I was like, come on, you get split too. You lose an arm, like, you lose your head, like, I'm Wolverine. And then even when he gets suplexed from the sky back to the building, he's still able to get up and protect Rogue. And not gonna lie, we witnessed the greatest tag team that I never knew I wanted to see. Nightcrawler and Logan go nuts protecting Rogue. Like, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, they fought like crazy. They fought like they were the Hardy Boys in 2003. Like, bro, I love this. Like, I was actually clapping hands with the way they were just synchronizing, and it was crazy. Like, even when like the Sentinels were still coming to attack them, they still stood like, yo, let's fucking go. Like, I love that scene. And then we move to Cable, Scott, and Jean. I'm not gonna lie, they pull off some Fast and Furious shit, because they're like literally in a Porsche. They're a family that's literally in a Porsche fighting against space zombie robots. It was actually crazy. Like, it was truly, truly awesome. Even lame ass Jean was looking cool. Like, come on, it was just for a split second, but come on, it was a great scene. You really don't mess with the Summers. And then there's a part that breaks my heart. Roberto's mom, she actually betrays him and Jubilee just to save face. That was actually fucked up. Like, you could clearly see the fear in his face when he flew through a fucking window to tell you that they are trying to kill him. And then you say, oh, come on, go with the man. What the fuck? Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care how much of face you're trying to save. That is your kid. Like, come on. And then this dickhead Bastion comes to gloat. And then, Sinister sends him a text message saying, hey, yo, this crazy doctor bitch just released Magneto. And then he's like, well, it's a little too late for that. But then, he goes on to capture Dr. Cooper. And then she tells him that, the funny thing about Genosha is even though people were scared, they were horrified about everything, they were not shocked. That is how horrible humanity is in the X-Men universe. They were not shocked. They were not surprised. It's like they kind of knew, like, this kind of brutality was in our nature, because once you don't know something, once you don't understand something, you don't trust it, so you do anything to stamp it out. And then she closes off by saying Magneto was right. And honestly, not gonna lie, he was. Like, at the end of the day, it's still humans that created Bastion, it's still humans that created Nimrod. So yeah, it is the evil of man that has come to light in this area. And so Magneto, he's basically done. He has his first words after being captured, he said nothing. They said he said nothing since they took him from Genosha and brought him to that cell. He's been saying nothing. His first word was enough. And he puts an end to the Sentinel onslaught. And by doing so, we actually get to see some cool cameos. Like, we see Spidey, that was awesome. We see Silver Samurai, looking cool in his castle. And then in some facility, we see Arkady Rozovich, Omega Redo. Like, it was awesome. But like, Magneto ends the Sentinel onslaught and effectively declares war, according to Logan. And then that's when this bitch-ass Professor Xavier appears. And I'm like, dude, where have you been? And he said, I hope I'm not too late. You're already fucking late. And then he goes to me, my X-Men. And not gonna lie, they weren't lying when they said episode 8 was gonna be awesome. It really was. Episode 7 was a bit slow in comparison. This is hype. I can't believe we get 2 more episodes after this. Like, I'm so excited. Like, anyway, that's the video. You guys tell me what you think. Tell me how you felt about the episode in the comment section.